signature fragrances. So you're going to want them to be versatile because you're going to be wearing them year round, day in, day out, but you also want something a little bit unique to leave a lasting and memorable impression. So I've got 10 of them coming right up. Peace be with you, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Trevor. Really grateful to have you here. Today's video is a tag video. Thank you to my brother Ace Benedetta Smell Better Fragrances tagging me in this one. This was supposed to be 5 signature worthy fragrances, so I've got 5 here that are perfect for the category, being versatile and also mass appealing. So something that is going to work well with those around you, but also you know, work well in all variable situations. I also have 5 more that are somewhat of personal signature fragrances of mine, or what I would wear if I didn't have such a large collection, that kind of have a little bit more of a unique scent profile. So 10 total. I'm going to get started with the first 5, just kind of the easy, dumb reach, versatile style fragrances that I think are perfect for this category. Starting off with Missoni Parfum pour Homme, kind of like shower gel aged in oak barrels is how I like to describe this one. Really nice soapy lavender dry down with a good ginger, sparkly, woody opening. Bleu de Chanel that dries down into Platinum Egoist is sort of what you get here. With much better projection, a little bit of a synthetic touch in its shower gel accord that Chanel does a little bit better, but overall I sometimes reach for this one over the Bleu de Chanel just because it has better projection, and I do get more compliments with this one. Also really nice affordable fragrance. You can get it for right around 40 bucks for the 100 ml. Alright, next one. This one is discontinued. You can still get it for right around 100 to 130, I think, on discounters. Get it while you can because it's going to be gone soon, and it is a gem. I actually think I need to get a backup out of myself. I've only got about maybe 20 mLs left of this 75. This is Acqua Di Gio Profumo. Really nice sort of invigorating, zesty, sparkly, fizzy, almost like club soda style freshness. But then this darkens that up with some incense and some rosemary and some very nice earthy green herbal tones to make it very mature, but also still invigorating, fresh, and clean. Amazing stuff. Actually, the scent that I wore to my wedding. Perfectly dark and fresh at the same time. Very grown up. No real sweetness either. It's just a very well done, elegant, and rich smelling cologne. This is Acqua Di Gio Profumo. Okay. Next, had to go with something from the house of Prada, going with Prada Leau. Beautiful luxury hotel soap, a nice sparkly ginger over the top, and a sort of powdery textural feel to add to the cleanliness and mass appeal, I would say. A little bit sweet, but the ginger kind of sparkles over the top to remove some of the sweet thickness, I would say, that you get in the original Prada Leau. That one's perfectly fine as a signature scent too. I just felt like the ginger in here makes this one a little bit more wearable in the high heat, since it is a pretty dense and thick, powdery, sweet fragrance and DNA otherwise. But beautiful, almost mentholic, brisk, soapy kind of quality, almost toothpaste-like in its freshness. But not leaning towards actual mint flavor. It's just got that beautiful soapy iris. So Prada Leau, that is another pick for my signature worthy recommendations. Okay, so we got 3 down in that realm so far. One more here from the house of Dior. This is Dior Homme Sport 2021. Dior Homme 2020 is a perfectly great signature scent, one that I've gotten probably more compliments on than most fragrances in my collection since owning it. Beautiful powdery woods with some sweet elemi resin that gives it this rich sort of presentation. And then with this one, however, the sport version, it adds this layer of a nice, there's listed I think like pink pepper, lemon, aldehydes. That all kind of comes together to give it a little bit of a zesty orange feel. Even though it lists lemon and elemi resin, I think the resin and the citrus and the lemon come together to give this a little bit of a sparkly orange layer that the Dior Homme 2020 doesn't have. Again, same thing with the Prada L'Homme. The ginger makes it a little bit more wearable in the summertime. The added citrus in this, I think, makes this a little bit more wearable in the summertime as well, because otherwise the Dior Homme 2020 DNA is perfectly versatile, perfect for a signature scent, but this one just has that little bit of extra something, and you get a 125 ml bottle of this for maybe not about the same price, but still this comes with extra juice, so definitely recommend this one, Dior Homme 2021 Sport. Okay, and then the last one for the versatile, mass appealing signature recommendations is going to be Creed's Green Irish Tweed. Iconic, legendary fragrance, basically could get away with not having an introduction. I think this is, you know, Cool Water drew inspiration from this, so you kind of get that sensibility of a nice blue-green style fragrance. Really nice, refreshing, and brisk, almost like one of those mornings where you go out and there's dew on the grass and there's fog on the horizon and the sun hasn't quite pierced through the clouds yet. And that greenery from the earth is like emanating out of the soil. This is what you get here. A little bit of a powdery touch from an iris, a little bit of a minty briskness from lemon verbena. Well worth the price. This is a newer bottle, and I think this is perfectly worth its price tag. One of the few Creeds that I think that is true of. Haven't tried the vintage, but this one's perfectly great, and I think if you had to have one fragrance, this would definitely be one to have. Also, still, despite being a little bit more mature for it being a green fragrance, I have gotten compliments on this fragrance from high school girls, so definitely highly recommend Creed's Green Irish Tweed if you were to only own one fragrance. Alright, so now I have 5 more recommendations for fragrances that I think have a little bit more of a unique flair, a little bit more personality to them. Maybe not as compliment getting or as mass appealing or well received, but still inoffensive enough, versatile enough to fit this category, and ones that I would personally wear if I only had one fragrance. Starting off with this one, Chypre from Therapia by Aroma. This is a $30 indie house fragrance. Really beautiful, kind of fresh laundry with patchouli. I like to compare this to being sort of like a westernized version of Homage's Reflection Man, with a kind of sweet patchouli playing a large part in it, but otherwise a very nice, elegant French sort of powdery floral, clean laundry Chypre. Amazing stuff, and super long lasting and great projection. I can't recommend this one enough. Probably my favorite from the house at Therapia by Aroma. This is Chypre. Okay, next, 1920, the Origin EDP from the house of Tous, a Spanish house. This is drawing inspiration from Cartier's Declaration. This actually came out before Declaration Parfum. Smells a lot like that flanker, but I think treads the midline between the EDT Declaration and the Parfum. This one has, I think, some ambroxan in here that gives it a little bit more of a designer feel, even though the original Declaration is designer. It's kind of caters to a more classical market and audience, I would say, whereas this definitely has more of an appeal to that general designer market. It has that push of ambroxan that you get in a lot of these designer releases, and I just think it's a modernized take on that Cartier Declaration DNA. You still get some cumin in here, so that's a note that is a bit divisive, so if you're not, if you don't get along with cumin, this one's not for you, but I think this is a great signature versatile fragrance, and I've worn quite a bit of it. I'm gonna need to get a backup bottle for sure. This is 1920, the Origin. A little bit of a, you know, a boozy quality in here as well. I think the flask presentation does it justice. Also affordable, you can get this for like 30 to 40 bucks. Okay, another one I've mentioned it being a personal signature of mine before. This is Lalique's Hommage à la L'Homme. Also discontinued. I think Donatella Perfumes, though, has one of these in a gift set for under $40 at the time of me recording this. So check them out. Beautiful, nice, almost like gummy like candied violet, I should say. Like, you know, like if they did a violet flavored Sour Patch Kid or Skittle, that's somewhat of what you get here. Really nice musk, a really nice woods. There's some black pepper, saffron. Super complex fragrance, but simple in that it's a bit linear. Nice, delectable, mouth-watering, floral, woody, just amazing composition, super elegant and classy. It gives me a sensation of like a velvety silk texture. Can't recommend this one enough, and again, get it while you can because it's definitely drying up stock. So this is Lalique Hommage à la L'Homme. Alright, we have two more. Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal, the EDT. Really nice aromatic almond fragrance. Very nice sweetness from the almond, but it's not sweet in a gourmand or overpowering or thick or nauseating sort of way. The almond has a certain unique sort of clean, polished sweetness to it. And then I think there's some rosemary in here and some leather that give it a nice aromatic, almost green touch, as well as a ruggedness and a modern, suave quality, I would say. This one's definitely for more of like the artistic personality type, somebody that's maybe a little bit more introverted or intellectual leaning, I would say. It's a little bit more sweet, but like I said, it's not a nauseating style sweetness. It's that nice, clean, crisp, almost like flour type baked good sweetness. Really excellent stuff. The Ideal Man, I think a perfect title for this fragrance. Terry Wassier really hit this whole line out of the park, and not a lot of people wear the EDT, and it's pretty affordable as well, maybe like 60 to 70 I want to say, as opposed to the rest of the line. So another great selection for a signature scent in my opinion. This is Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal EDT. And finally, this is a fragrance that I only have a sample of currently. It would be what I would say I would pick as a signature fragrance now in my journey if I were to just only own one. It's a little bit like a blue fragrance. It's got an homage to the word blue in the name, and this is Copal Azur. So Azur is like a it's a word for blue in certain languages, and the copal I think is a type of resin in reference to the scent profile here. But what this is kind of like, it's very I would say autumn is the ideal time to wear this though, but it's a very incensey heavy, very resinous but sweet, almost salty and ozonic. Very, very unique, very almost spiritual or metaphysical, or you get like a sense of incense burning for some type of religious purpose with this fragrance. And it almost smells like when you're burning sage and wafting that smoke around. There's some element of that in here for sure. Yeah, super unique, I want to say. Versatile, like a blue fragrance would be. Because it does have these oceanic, salty qualities to it, this ozonic air about it, but a very almost like, I want to say, you're baking some pottery in a kiln, and there's some smoke coming off of the earth there, but it's like slightly sweetened smoke with burning sage and a bit of like a salty air. Very, very unique fragrance, very versatile. I think you could wear this in the summer and get away with it, even though it leans definitely more autumnal. But yeah, it's very expensive too, and they don't discount these. This is like $250 for 100 ml, I want to say. But Bertrand Duchefort is the perfumer behind this one, same person who did Jubilation from Amouage, Enchanted Forest from the Vagabond Prince, Sartorio from Penhaligon's. So I'm a big fan of his work, and this is one that I definitely would recommend if you're looking for a unique signature that not many other people are going to be wearing, both because of the prohibitive price tag and the unknown nature of the house in general. So those are my 10 recommendations if you're looking for either a easy, dumb reach, mass appealing, versatile signature scent, or something that is still inoffensive but unique and going to leave a lasting impression. Really appreciate you sticking with me to the end of the video. Let me know what some of your signature scent recommendations are in the comment section down below, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.